A lot of times when I'm thinking about my grandma, it makes me sad. But when I went here and when they did activities and I remembered my grandma, I wasn't sad and I was happy and I got to remember her in a fun way. So Erins House was really fun because it healed me and it healed how my heart was with my grandma.
At Erins House, it's our mission to provide a safe, nurturing, and comfortable environment for children to process their grief. This commitment drives our work every day and changes the lives of thousands of children and of their families each year.
On December 31st, 2018, we had a tragic loss. My 16-year-old son Marlon was murdered. And we heard of Erins House previously because I had a brother who was also murdered, but my children were a lot younger, so I don't think it affected them as deeply as it did with Marlon. So since we've been with Erins House, life has changed in such a positive way. It's given my children somewhere where they feel comfortable to be able to share and express how they feel.
The people at Erins House are really kind and generous. They like to share their feelings. They just listen, sit back, and be kind. They make me feel happy, not emotional, and not going home feeling sad. I like to go home and tell my parents what I did in my group.
Me losing a 16-year-old and them being so young, losing their brother, this program has allowed them to cope in such a positive way. Which I can honestly say I don't think without this program that the boys would be able to be positive. It keeps us going from week to week.
My mom passed away suddenly a couple years ago, and when that happened, I was trying to find a place for the girls to see someone because I could tell that it was impacting them, and I had heard about Erins House. My biggest concern with my mom dying and them being so young was them forgetting her. And that was something that I was really stressing out about and anxious about. So what I wanted to do was give them a safe place to think and talk about her, as well as solidify some of the memories that they had of her. And that's what I feel like we were able to do.
They help me, and I know that they're going to help a lot of other people in really good ways. They're going to make them remember of their loved ones that died, and they're not going to make them that they remember them in a sad way. They're going to make them remember them in a good way and in a happy way.
I moved to Fort Wayne in 2008. And a friend of mine was affiliated with Erins House. Her name was Tracy Martin, and she connected me with the organization. So my father actually had passed away a year before I moved here. When I toured the facility back in 2008, Tracy actually gave me a little red heart that they used to give out to all of the participants. And I remember going home that evening and staring at that red heart and going through several emotions for several people who were influential in my life, who had passed away. The mission and the operation of the organization became more profound to me the more I thought about my own ways of dealing with grief, and also how many people I knew who, either young or old, dealt with grief in the same manner that I did. And that especially young people could use a different type of support. The staff here very, very uniquely find a way to make a place that deals with death, grieving, and sorrow a place of joy. It's kind of hard to articulate how that happens, but they do a masterful job of doing it and making the people that participate here walk away with that feeling.